Hello and welcome to Thursday. This is my week 3, day 4 of projects from the new Stampin' Up! Mini Catalog for September through December 24. This week I am focusing on items from the Splendid Autumn suite. This suite has been thoroughly loved. Currently, you can't get the suite anymore. Not until you can't get the whole suite until the middle of October because the ribbon is out of stock until the middle of October. I'm really sorry about that. And currently the paper is on back order until the 23rd, so next Monday. I guess they knew they were probably going to be going out of stock on it, so they did get it ordered, and it will be here on Monday. But you can still currently buy the stamps in the die set. You can buy the faux glass dots, the woven golden leaves, and then on Monday you'll be able to buy the DSP. I'm going to go ahead and finish out the week with these items because I love them. and like I said, you will be able to get the DSP on Monday. But even the stamp and the die set, these stamps are beautiful. I love the sentiments, and the dies are really unique. So this project is a card, and it kind of came from an idea from a previous card I had done, and I wanted to copy it. Now this is a card I had done a while ago, and I had used the blending brushes to create the sunset effect, but I liked that silhouette for it. I was hoping and thinking that I would be able to do the same thing with this paper. And so I did it, but it doesn't look right. It doesn't look the same to me. So I posted pictures and I asked, and everybody said that they actually liked the green over it better. That the green kind of, it just looked better on there. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the green. I do like the idea of offsetting the two, though. I do like that you just, I just kind of want to place them together and just offset it slightly so that it does have a shadow effect to it. We'll see about that. There were so many different papers in here that you really could do this frame. And I forget to mention, this frame is actually in the Delicate Forest die set. It's a beautiful frame that you can cut out. I went ahead and I cut my paper to the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 size, the regular card front size. Sorry about that. And then I took the die and I cut the shape out. So looking through these, all these different backgrounds in the paper. There's just so many I feel would fit with this really good. I love the beautiful, to me it looks like a sunset just because of all the purples and the red kind of going through there. To me it looks like a sunset, and then, like I said, that's why I wanted to use the black on it, because I kind of felt it matched my other one. But so you could do this one. There's this one, I think this one, and maybe this one you could do the black on. But because there's a lot of dark, rich black in that. But I like that one. I like that you're walking through a tunnel of trees. I mean, you could even do this one. You could put it over here on the side. You're just coming out of the grove into the trees. Here's another one. And see, most of these backgrounds I've used on something else already. This one, maybe this one could be morning, a morning, a sunrise maybe. There's this one, and I've used this background in another project this week. but you could frame that little path. And then this one is just kind of a very autumn day, a little bit of overcast in the sky. But so I just kind of feel any of those backgrounds really would work with this idea. Just kind of have to give it a try. What I did do was the paper, and I'll go cut it down. I wanted to cut it because this frame is like I said, 4¼ by 5½. So I'm actually going to cut the paper just a bit smaller. I'm going to cut it at 4⅛ by 5�3/8, and then that way it's not gonna. I don't have to worry about trimming it off. It's not gonna show. I'm not gonna have to worry about it showing around the edges. It'll fit in there perfectly. So I will go and trim that, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back, and I trimmed it down so that would fit inside that frame. And see, and it's just slightly smaller. So, but this way, like I said, I don't have to worry about trimming it off around the edge. Now here, I'm going to try to decide if I want to adhere it directly to it, or if I want to use the dimensionals. Because on this one, I used the dimensionals to pop it up. But on my original card, I didn't. So maybe that is the difference too, is maybe I need to just adhere it straight to the, like use that black as an offset, but then go ahead and adhere it straight to the background. So maybe that is what I'll do. Maybe that's what's throwing me off on this. I thought I liked the shadow, and maybe this, this could make just a cute little frame. I think I still like it. But so, and then there's the inside of the card, so we will work on that. But we will work on the front, finish the front. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I want to just offset that black just a bit. So yeah, that does pretty good. And then I can trim around it. Now I had this on the other card. I had this sentiment on the other card, and I'll show you how I made that, but I've already taken it off of there. So we will get this added. I'm going to use glue because that way I can kind of control where I'm putting it a little better, since there's a lot of thin edges. A lot of little nooks and crannies in here too. So try not to be too heavy-handed with the glue. Just get on the places that have a good spot for me to put a little glue drop. Did this side just a little too thin, so it's already dried. Okay, now I'll go ahead and put that black piece on there, and then I'll turn it over and make sure it's how I want it to be. There. I think that'll work pretty good. And then I do think I will go ahead and just layer it onto that. Now I could have cut the pieces out using the adhesive sheets, and that might have been the better idea. so that it would have adhesive over the whole thing instead of me having to go through it with glue and try to get all the little nooks and crannies. They'd already be in there. But like I said, my thought process at first was I wanted to pop it up with dimensionals, so I didn't want to use the adhesive sheets for it. So I guess just gotta try different things out until you find what you're wanting. Okay. Now we'll get this piece on here. There we go. So there we go. There, that does look okay because it does bring out the greens from the beautiful background. So, and I put this on, I'm using the Mossy Meadow color, so I did a regular 8.5 by 5.5 card, or yeah, 5.5 card. So regular A2 size card. I'll go ahead and burnish that edge so it'll close really well. Okay, and then I will just glue this to the front of the card. So there we go. And this will fit, take up the whole front of the card. And what I like to do with that is I like to tap it along the bottom and the sides so that it kind of evens itself out. Okay. Now for that little sentiment. For that I used this. May the beauty of this season fill your heart with joy. So because fall, the season of fall, it's a time of change, and it's definitely a good season. They're all good seasons. This one shows you that it's okay to let go, and it's okay to go through the change, because things are, with fall, things are turning out beautiful. The leaves, they change from the green to the gold to the auburn to the yellow. They're just beautiful colors, but they have to go through that change and fall off so that next spring we can get those beautiful greens again. And it's definitely a teaching. It's definitely a teaching season of it's okay to let go and it's okay to change, and things are going to turn out, they're going to turn out how they're going to turn out, and you just got to go with it. So, that's where this, I feel that this saying really, really hits. May the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Memento Black for that. And I went ahead and already die cut it out. It is one of the dies in this, in the Delicate Forest ones. There it is. Right there. It's that die right there. So I already cut that out. This stamp, right it's right on the edge. So, and then I took, get that off of there. Then I took some of the green the mossy meadow green, and I went around the edges with one of my daubers. So I'll get one of those out. So I took that mossy meadow and I just kind of, and I will show you how it's going to look. Yep, there we go. So just kind of lightly around the edge, just to give it something, just to give it a little bit of extra depth and dimension. There we go. So there is that. And then for the embellishments on there, I used some of the pearls, and I will have to find them. Oh, I thought I had them out. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back with those. Well, hello again. I videoed that whole last section, and then I went to check it over and realized that I had my microphone on mute the whole time. I'd had my microphone up, so putting it up puts it on mute. So I will start again with what I was doing. I was showing you how I did those dots. I used the iridescent pearls basic jewels, and they're white. They're an iridescent. They just kind of shimmer. But I didn't want the stark white. So I took and one of them doesn't have the backing on it anymore. I took my one of my Stampin' blends, and I don't have the mossy meadow, but I have the old olive, and I thought that will work just fine. I take the brush stroke end, and that you just color over the pearl. It's that simple. And then you can kind of let it dry. You can blow on it even, and then you can use it. So that's what I did, was I just colored 3 of the pearls. I did 2 of the smaller ones and 1 of the bigger ones, and then I put them on there. That way, like I said, I didn't want the stark white. I just wanted something to offset it. So you could do that with any color with these pearls. Say you wanted a red pearl or a blue pearl, you can use your Stampin' blends to color over them. So I really like that. That's a really cool thing. Now, so like I said, I already finished the video, so I already did the inside of the card. I will show you again how I do the inside of the card. I used, for the shape of the inside of the card, I used the Countryside Corners dies, because I felt like it kind of matched that. So, and then that just gives a little more, kind of brings the outside to the inside, I feel. So the Countryside Corners dies. So I used those, and then I used the Change Can Be Beautiful. I feel that goes right along with the message on the front, the change of this, may the beauty of the season, and it's changing, and change can be beautiful. So I used the Mossy Meadow. So we'll get that going. Stamp it. Okay. And there I just kind of stamped it top center of the inside. Get my stamp all cleaned off. Okay. And then for the edges, I took the little wheat stalks and I went ahead and stamped on them. So I'll go ahead and get a piece of my and since I did it right on the edge, I didn't want it to be, I did a stamp off of it. See, so it kind of mutes it down a little bit. So I didn't want it to be really dark and really bold. There. I just wanted those to be subtle on the bottom. Okay. And then for the edging, I took crumb cake and I went around the edge. I used my dauber and I have them, I don't have them marked, but I only have a few right now, so I don't really have to worry about it too much. And then I just kind of went around the edge. Not too deep, just basically right on the edge. And I don't want it to be too dark, so I do stamp it off a bit. Because you can always go darker, but you can't go lighter. So just did all around the edge. And to me, this just gives it it kind of blends with the card better, I feel. Gives a soft edge to it, so it kind of flows to the card better. That's what I feel, is it just, it makes it so it flows to the card better. And then I used my Stampin' Seal and I adhered it to the inside of the card. Now on this card, when I did this side, I hadn't stamped those yet, so those were an afterthought, so I had to put paper down to mask the edges so that I didn't get the stamp inside the card. So either way, you could do it either way, but so that is how I did the inside of the card. There are my cards tonight. I hope that you enjoyed sticking with me, and I hope that it kind of, like what I was saying before, made the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy, and then the change can be beautiful. I had to make a change tonight, so and I like the results, and that's you have to go with the flow. You really do. Like right now with the product being sold out, I was thinking, well, maybe I need to change which products I'm doing. Well, I decided that I'm not going to change, because I'm still going with the flow. I'm not changing, but I am letting you know that things are a little bit behind, and so you'll have to wait a little bit. So in some ways, it might be a change for you, that if you had your heart set on this paper, well, now it's got to wait until the 23rd, but it's worth the wait because it is beautiful paper, and a lot of people just fell in love with this paper as soon as they saw it. Some people didn't actually until they saw people creating stuff with it, and they were like, oh, you know what, I really like that paper. So but tomorrow night I will be back. I am going to go ahead and finish out the week with this DSP. I hope you will join me, and I hope you had a fun night tonight with me. So thank you for joining me, and I appreciate you guys being here. Bye-bye.